talk to all of you. We're going to utilize the bowls into this, because what we're actually going to do is we're going to open gateways. We're actually going to increase the bandwidth of Adronis so much that you guys will have the opportunity to channel him. He's literally going to go throughout the circle to see who is willing to channel him. And you guys will actually feel that if by chance you can't channel him, you can just say pass, and you can move on to another consciousness, and we're going to see exactly what can come through. He will guide you throughout the entire process of how to channel, and of course after that, we're of course going to do a little experiment with the bowls, and then we're going to move into a Q&A. We are here at this time, and we bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction this evening. How are all of you this evening of your time?
Good. Good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
You can be more enthusiastic than that.
Woo! Woo! Arriba!
Woo! As well from us. What we would like each and every single one of you to do at this time now is simply allow yourselves to get relaxed, get comfortable, and tune in to the vibration of Sirius, so that you may synchronize, harmonize, and align to all of the information that we have to present to you tonight. What we would like each and every single one of you also to understand is that all of the information that we shall provide this evening of your time is simply that of our perspective, our point of view. For all knowledge, all information, all creation itself resides within your very heart, being, and soul. Understand that what is transpiring at this particular time is our energies working together through what you would understand as a beam. It is through this beam that is literally penetrating all of your hearts. It is through the transmission in regards to how we are speaking throughout this conduit that is allowing the focal point in regards to that beam to penetrate your hearts, to literally be within the open communicative state, just as this conduit is. We understand that you have, shall we say, singing bowls present tonight. We thank you for that. We would recommend anyone who is in the vicinity of those bowls to feel free to retrieve them now. Again, allow the bowls to call to you. If you feel that you are not ready for the bowls tonight, that is alright as well. Understand that you are literally choosing the bowls as they are choosing you in unison. Do you all have bowls? Or some of you in that regard. Are all the bowls taken?
Yes.
Alright. No? Alright. So again, for those of you who have received the bowls, again, we are not forcing you to, again, grab the bowls if you do not want to. Let your own decision make the appropriate, shall we say, result. Alright, now, for those of you who have what you would consider to be the large bowls, these represent that of what you would consider to be the lowest base tone, which you would understand as the epitome of your base chakra. For those who have the base bowls, would you please allow yourself to play a frequency now? We would instruct 2 particular strikes for the base bowls now. Only 2. Only 2. Those with the smaller bowls that represent the higher frequency. 2 tones, please. 2 tones, please. 1, 2. Again, please. How about we get some organization? One particular person who has the smallest bowl, raise your hand or say yes.
I don't know which one's the smallest.
What is the smallest bowl?
Looks like you got a yes.
Alright. You will strike it once. The other with the next smallest bowl. Say yes?
I guess
Yes.
Alright. We heard you first. You will strike it first. You will strike it second. Proceed. 1, 2, stop. The remainder of the bowls, we would in that sense look into the idea of a chain effect. One person striking it and going down the line in regards to what, from this particular conduit's perspective, a clockwise motion. Please proceed with the first in this direction. This one first. Strike again. Next. 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 Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Now all of the bowls together simultaneously struck once while rubbing the bowl a total of 5 times. Proceed. And you may cease. Your bandwidth has slightly improved. This, in that sense, helps to clear the radiance of, shall we say, incompatible energies away from your spectrum relating to this communication. You may now set your bowls down if you wish. We thank you very much for, again, the beauty of the tones that those particular bowls are able to resonate with. What we would like each and every single one of you to do now is, again, get into a very comfortable position. What we recommend is what you would know as the lotus posture. Are you aware of what the lotus posture is?
No.
No.
Can anyone who is aware of it explain it, please?
You?
By crossing your first leg as high as you can, cross your upper opposing other thigh,
Your feet on your thighs.
lower your knee
Like this?
to
Yes.
touch the ground, and raise your second foot now onto your other thigh.
Yes.
So both feet are resting on your thigh.
Again, this is a recommendation, it is not a necessity. Those who are, in that sense, going to perform the lotus posture, please keep your spine as straight as you can. Keeping your spine aligned as if you are able to literally feel the rush of the Kundalini energy moving up your spine without any, shall we say, uncomfortable postures occurring. And we want you, in that sense, to keep your head somewhat downwards, what you would understand at a 45-degree angle downwards. So that the energy provided by us, provided by our particular bandwidth of frequency, can enter through the top of your head, moving all the way down to the bottom of your perineum. We are going to begin, from this conduit's perspective, clockwise, where, throughout this particular interaction, you will have the opportunity to receive our thought patterns. What we would suggest for all of you is that as you are in the lotus posture, we would suggest that only those who are in the lotus posture be allowed to, shall we say, have the opportunity to communicate with us. Those who are not in the lotus posture may, in that sense, bypass this experiment. Simply because this is a necessity in regards to us calibrating our energies with you. What we would like you to do is, in this particular state, with your eyes closed, to feel the presence in regards to all of your current thoughts that represent the ego. We would like you to imagine as if you are seeing your hand within this void and pushing those thoughts aside, so that you feel a clear state of void. Let your thoughts, in that sense, stream away as if you are pushing them aside. If you feel that the thoughts are still there, do not give them the energies relating to attachment. Let yourself be in void now. We are now going to shine our ray directly through the focal point of your heart. Our beam itself will then penetrate within what you would understand as the entrance to your crown chakra. The bowls, in that sense, represented the idea of the harmony to help open yourselves relating to the portal containing your own crown chakra. The other particular forms of resonances that we attempted to show you in regards to patternization helps to open other portals within your body to allow the flow of light to move from the top of your head through the crown chakra to the bottom of your perineum. Allowing yourselves now again to enter that state of void and let yourselves be clear. to the conduit that is left to this particular conduit, please state your name. Dina. Yes?
Yes.
We will be shining our ray upon you. This conduit, in a moment, will transfer our consciousness directly into you. What we would suggest to you is please do not judge the thoughts that will be coming into your awareness. Whatever your thought is, allow that to be expressed in the best form that you can. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you feel that you are not receiving a connection, you have the right to say one word which represents pass. We will then come back to this conduit and begin with the next conduit that represents the lotus posture to allow our interaction in regards to consciousness transference. Alright?
All right.
We are now transferring our consciousness to the conduit known as Dina. Here we go. We have returned to this particular conduit. Dina,
Yes.
are you able to hear us?
Yes.
We detect that there is discrepancies relating to your channeling chakra, which represents your throat. It is in that particular understanding to which our energies are attempting to calibrate you through the form of what you would understand as a vortex.
Yes.
Are you feeling discrepancies within the, shall we say, third eye to throat areas?
Mostly the throat areas.
Correct. What we would suggest in regards to your calibration to receive our signal is what you would consider to be the Om tone, focused in regards to the frequency that relates to the root chakra, a very base tone. In that sense, representing the Om frequency. As you allow this to occur, afterwards you will simply say the word in the resonance that you can, shall we say, resonate with, that represents that of Adronis. Following with Om afterwards, once you are comfortable with the opening of that chakra, moving forward to Adronis. 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 We would suggest you work on that. Alright?
Alright.
Alright. What we are all going to do right now is allow all of you in the lotus posture to again be transference simultaneously to our consciousness that shall be brought forward throughout your conduit. We would ask all of you now to be in the state of void. Be mindful of your thoughts. It is thought patterns in the norm to which we communicate with. Allow yourselves again to feel the thought. Do not judge it. And allow yourself to express it through the relay of the language that you best understand naturally. We shall now begin. For those of you who feel it, feel free to convey our message throughout your conduit now.
Choose now. Exist from your authenticity. Who are you? Good morning, good morning. It is time to wake up. Awaken your consciousness to the universal vision.
Transference of light energy is upon you from within.
Time to wake up from the long nap. Purify from within.
Exist as not defined by belief, but by protocol which represents knowingness. Continue the flow. Continue the flow. Continue the flow.
You are that radiant heartbeat. You are that radiant love that emanating from you right this moment. You are that.
I am that. We are that.
It is that which is us. The story begins. Continue. Continue. Continue.
Come here to be free. You are. To free yourselves. Free each other. The day will come right now, right this moment, in your heart, where you will see that you are all one. One heart. One love.
It is through the one that is the normalcy. It is through the one that defines your true nature. It is through the love of the integral energies that are coming together throughout this interaction in a circular motion of alchemy that functions towards the words that speak themselves. Continue. Continue. Continue.
We are all one through one breath. The air we breathe each other.
Remember to breathe. Because we're all one.
Conclusion. Conclusion. Conclusion in one word.
Be.
I am.
Resolution.
One love.
Together. We ask you now to return to your physical conduit of awareness. We send our love, our appreciation as the energies that relayed through those who were communicative to their own thought recognition, represented that of an assortment of different beings that were part of what you would consider to be our contingency, our association of worlds. Understand that the consciousnesses that performed throughout the relay of this interaction relates to that in regards to the branches of this conduit's oversoul, to which all of you are synchronistically designed to interpret throughout this particular gathering this evening of your time. We would ask you all now to take one last deep breath And breathe it out through your nose. And return to your space of origin, representative of your present moment. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes and return to your natural posture. How do you feel?
Incredible.
I feel clear.
Lightheaded. Amazing. Like my feelings are vibrating. stronger.
Correct. This is what you would consider to be the circle of adjustment. It is through this circle that you allow yourselves to be more in reminiscent harmony, relating to the consciousness that best defines you. We would speak to the conduit to our left that resonated in regard to the thought pattern communication. What was the entity or consciousness or feeling that you were experiencing throughout this interaction?
I felt this overwhelming feeling of wanting to, of the being Adronis.
Yes.
Yet I wasn't able to channel it through my throat chakra verbally. I couldn't vocalize.
Yes.
But I felt this overwhelming, sense of being him in my head.
Correct.
The first thing that echoed in my head was, I am Adronis.
Yes.
And then, after that, I don't know, it was a little intense.
There was a hesitation in regards to the calibration of energies to, in that sense, supplement your energies in regards to such intensity. This relating to the idea of the discrepancy that you have felt throughout your throat chakra.
Correct.
However, it is the idea in regards to readjustment. And do not feel, in that sense, discouraged. Look into the idea of understanding that this is a process to, shall we say, warm the engine before you can start your journey. Alright? So, continue to practice, as we are here for you always. The next conduit. Share your feelings, if you wish, regarding your experience.
Strange images flashed in my head.
Yes.
I don't know, but I couldn't really...
It is what you would consider to be in the analogy of, shall we say, trying to catch a slippery fish.
Yeah.
It is the grasp in that sense to which you are attempting to attain the vibration to pull it into yourself. However, the slipperiness in that sense relates to the idea of calibration. Again, understand that is simply the practice of looking into the slippery fish to hold it in regards to steadiness. As you become steady with the vibration, allowing the suggestions of thought patterns to help align your back, align your neck, and align your head into the appropriateness, you will allow such transmissions to come through clearer. Alright? We thank you. Next conduit.
I felt warmth on
Yes.
my shoulder.
Yes.
I feel like something felt some kind of presence.
That was us in that degree.
And
Representing to what you would consider to be a feeling similar to this.
yeah, like something on the shoulder, something
Yes.
really warm. And this word was echoing in my head, and I hesitate to say because I had this ego oh, I can't really translate this into English well. What if my English sounds funny? But then because of the hesitation, I felt so much block, so I'm going to share it right now.
Yes.
I had this, it was saying, you are no longer a baby in a way that you are no longer a baby like you used to make yourself believe as if you're a baby, as if you're imperfect, immature.
Representing the idea of advancement in regards to what you would understand as prolonged related maturity.
I don't know the word prolonged.
What you would consider to be extensive.
I don't know that word either.
Alright, what you would consider to be a long progression or a long circumstance that will then birth a new consciousness. Waiting upon the clock in that sense, but not preferably waiting, more in the idea of adjusting.
Adjusting?
Yes. And in that sense, we would recommend the idea of, even though many may not speak it, using your native tongue to communicate.
Okay, so I can use my native tongue.
We would suggest that above
Okay.
anything else. Alright? So continue to work on that. Next conduit.
I felt relaxed during and didn't receive anything out of the ordinary.
All right. We thank you for that. Is there anything else that you have experienced in regards to presence?
It feels something, but it wasn't clear to me exactly what it was.
All right. This represents what you would consider to be guardian energies that relate to your connections non-corporeally to the star of Sirius. Not just us, but in that sense, associates to our degrees. All right? So continue to work on the idea of, in that sense, letting go. The idea of, in that sense, not allowing any form of strain, even relating to thought, but more into the idea of the funnel that represents void, to allow as a vortex pattern coming from the crown down to the perineum. All right? This is what we would suggest. We thank you. Next, conduit.
I felt very relaxed as well, but nothing out of the ordinary. And
It is interesting how you both say that. Does this give you a familiarity in regards to your connection?
we met tonight actually for the first time, so
In the physical.
yeah.
Now again, that's something to consider between yourselves. For nothing out of the ordinary in that sense completely brings that which is out of the ordinary. Alright? Anything else you wish to share?
I felt very warm, and I felt there was a lot of love that was shared, which
Yes, absolutely.
was comforting.
Yes. That is the point. We thank you. Next conduit that received our transmission.
Well, at first I was waiting for something to be spoken through me, but nothing came. And then
Spoken in which way?
verbal.
Why?
I thought some message would come through me.
There is. It represents that of thought transmission, not verbal. Understand that the flow that you receive will not be that of a voice. It will be that of a thought. Distinguish what you could consider to be your own thought patterns to identify what it feels like to feel a thought. That is the idea. Be mindful of the thoughts and how they are implanted throughout yourself to determine their relay in regards to the conjunction of their verbal dialogue.
Well, but right after the first person talked, then I felt higher energy, like a warm love energy. And then as the other 2 or 3 people started talking, I started to feel that energy flow through me.
Yes.
And
That represents connection in regards to fine-tuning. However, it is the idea in regards to the fine-tuning that represents the calibration to which you can actually translate the essence in regards to your relays.
yeah, I can't right now clearly
That is
describe-
alright. We are not
Okay.
saying in that sense to get it right the first time. Rome, as you say, was not built within a day. Continue to practice. Alright?
Okay. Okay.
We thank you, Peter. Next conduit that received our transmission.
First thing I felt was a lot of immense energy.
Yes.
All around me, inside of me, it felt like a very heightened vibration.
Did you feel the essence in regards to that of a sun?
I felt a very large light.
Yes, that is the idea of the sun in regards to, shall we say, the interpretation holographically of our star. Shining its rays of Christed light directly into the nexus point relating to your opening of crown chakra points.
Thank you.